Hello, everybody. And you are here with me at the studio for my Lead What You Live podcast with Tina Lizzio. And after another amazing interview that I had today, I wanted to take out a few minutes and share with you what it is that I do beyond just being a podcaster here. As a professional coach with the International Coaches Federation, I focus on life strategy in the trifecta of health, wealth, and relationships. I truly believe that the quality of our life experience depends on the quality of our relationships, of our health, and of our wealth creation. And it's very difficult to separate out any one of those three areas of our life. They get out of balance. We're always looking to strive and seek balance. And so I want to talk a little bit about why have a life strategy. We're all playing the game of life here. We're all playing the game of life. And so it's, what do you want? You know, the first question that is important to consider is, what do you want? And it's sometimes the most difficult question to answer. We often know what we don't want from experience, but knowing exactly what we want and what to pursue is difficult. So that's where I like to start. The one thing that God gave us all is the free will to choose our wants, And so as a coach and a consultant, that's where I like to start in discovery as a critical and creative thinking partner, and looking at what are the facts. What are the facts of where you are in your life right now? How are things going? How are things working? What's working, what's not working in your areas of health, wealth, and relationships? So it's really about optimizing health, maximizing wealth, and developing extraordinary and fulfilling relationships. Again, we don't do this life alone. We get to have the support of other people to really achieve and accomplish all of these things. So playing the game of life really supports when you have a game plan, when you have a strategy. So starting with, again, the facts. Where are you? What's working? What's not? How do you feel? How do you feel about the facts of where you are with your body, with your health and fitness? What does your bank account say? Do you feel safe and secure? Do you feel abundant, or are you in fear and lack? How are your relationships, your personal and professional relationships, working in your life? And so looking at the facts and really taking an assessment of how you feel about that, how you feel about all those areas. And then assess, what have you been focusing on? What has been the relevant focus in your life such that these are the results right now in your health, in your wealth status, and in your relationships? And where are they? How do they align towards what you say that you want? So taking time to discover what we want. I also want to make a distinction between wants, desires, and passion. Wants, desires, and passion. So knowing what to want and knowing what we want, again, often it's by elimination of knowing what we don't want, is more about preference. What are our preferences? That's more about what we want, as opposed to a desire. A desire is sort of a more meaningful and deep connection beyond the simple wanting of something. It's more of an enduring enthusiasm about the want. You know, it's a very strong desire with a greater emotional connection or attachment to it, to having something. And beyond the desire, because as Napoleon Hill states in Think and Grow Rich, that many of you have read, and if you haven't, I highly recommend it. The very first principle he talks about is the need to have a desire, a burning desire for something, to pursue something, a purpose, a passion, because it's the having the desire. From the desire, you can develop a passion to pursue what it is that you really want in life. Some people say, well, I don't know what my passion is. Well, we have to sort of start with what you want. And then how badly and deeply do you want it? Is it really a burning desire? And then from that place, you can actually develop passion. And with passion, you don't allow your feelings to override the commitment to achieving the goals, to making something happen. The passion is what motivates you, is what keeps you going. Again, an enduring enthusiasm, a motivation to making something happen, like no matter what. You hear those people, very successful people, who often say, I love what I do and my work does not feel like work. There's no sense of work because people are pursuing a passion in life. And so I love to discover for people, what do you want? What's the burning desire? And what are you willing to commit to? What are you willing to commit to with discipline, with focus, regardless of the feelings you'll have when discomfort comes up, and will be challenges and perceived sacrifices to achieve a particular goal. So going through a process of looking at what are your skills, abilities, your talents, what have you been acknowledged for, looking at your strengths and weaknesses, really understanding your personality and different character traits. What are your unwavering principles and the values that subordinate that? For me, I'm at a place in my life in my 50s where my top values are health, love, and freedom, personally. So, I value health today much greater than I did when I was 25, right? So we feel the time ticking, the clock ticking, and so I value wellness, anti-aging, and longevity, and everything, understanding the universal law that everything is energy, that my energy gets to be high for all of the things that I want to become and do and accomplish and in turn have. My energy needs to be high, so therefore, I have a desire to focus on my health, optimizing my health first and foremost. Beyond that, I value love and relationships. I am my consciousness in this present moment, right now, speaking with you. I am my consciousness in the present moment and here to practice love. That's the place I have arrived, today, is that love is always the answer. It's not always easy. Everyone has a different definition of love and what that means. And always I'm seeking for what is the loving choice, what is the loving answer. And I highly value relationships, quality relationships in my life. And finally, freedom. So along with relationships and good health is freedom to do what I want, where I want, when I want, with whom I want. And so wealth creation, this is the way the world goes round. It requires money and a money mindset. It's not just about how to create it, it's how to manage and multiply it for the life experience that you want to have. I had what I consider to be a successful marriage over a decade. From that, God bless, I was able to have 3 healthy, beautiful children, 2 boys and a girl. They are now all adults, thriving adults, and I'm grateful for that experience. And I also have I've had, several other personal, professional relationships, a career on Wall Street, working in real estate, mortgage financing, county mediation, yoga teacher. I pursue a lot of different interests. I like to stay curious, but I'm most interested in people. I am an absolute one of my greatest strengths is strategy, being a futurist, and I love to support others in discovering what it is they truly desire, how to develop a passion with a plan and a strategy to achieve goals. I wear the 2 hats as a coach and a consultant. People often ask, what's the distinction between a coach and a therapist? And the short answer is that therapy, while they go very well together, therapy is more about healing the past. It's sort of going back, rewriting a story, creating a new narrative, and is sort of going back in time. And coaching looks at where you are now, and we look at the past as a reference point, but not a place to stay. So it's a where are you now and where do you want to go? So it's looking forward and moving forward. After going on a discovery with a client or with a group, what's the mission? What's the vision? Then I go from coaching, once we discover what it is we want, what are the goals, then put on a consultant hat. Now we create the game plan. We develop that game plan with a strategy for success. So coaching and consulting really go hand in hand and are required. I love working with leaders, elite performers in their field. And if you are a top leader in your field, an executive, a founder, an entrepreneur, I would love to talk to you. TinaLizzio.com. You can DM me, and I would love to hear from you. Have a conversation about how I might support you and your team individually or as a collective, and possibly have you here on my Lead What You Live podcast with Tina Lizzio. So www.tinalizzio.com for life strategy, coaching, and consulting. And look forward to speaking with you.